2 older brothers and my sister who you just met. Now let's all think back to when we were kids. Whether you were the youngest or the oldest, you most likely had a sibling getting on your nerves. Only children count your blessings now. I can remember when I was 8 or 9 and basically had gullible written on my forehead. Just like it's written right there. I'm just kidding, but do you see what I had to deal with? I also had a huge fear of ladybugs. At the time, my brothers were 13 and 14, and teasing me was basically their full-time job. They lifted me up by my head, chased me with dead things, got me with 2 for flinching, and worst of all, constantly convinced me that I had a ladybug in my hair. And every time they did, I would, in typical youngest child fashion, run up to my mom and tell her just how terrible they were. And every time she would tell me, Alyssa, they're only doing it to get a reaction. Now, I can't count the number of times my mom told me this, but I do know that every single time she did, I knew she was being completely unfair and had absolutely no idea what she was talking about. Fast forward about 10 years, and I've learned that my mom was completely right. My brothers did only bother me to get a reaction, and being able to control how I reacted completely changed how I handled things. The thing about reactions is that they're hard to control because they're automatic. We flinch when something fires up, just like this. When I sneeze, we automatically say bless you, and my personal favorite are automatic Red Robin. Yeah. While our reactions may be automatic most of the time, they don't have to be all the time. I read once that life is 10% what happens and 90% how you react. So I know it's not just my mom who thinks that reactions are important. While it may be difficult, we are empowered when we can choose how to react to things, especially when it seems like nothing's going our way. One of the best places to see how people react is the wonderful world of social media. We see the ups, the downs, and the in-betweens of a lot of lives. This past January, we had a front row seat to what could have been a train wreck reaction from the FFA world when PETA posted this article dissing the organization that has changed millions of lives. FFA members reacted with pride for FFA. Hashtag FFA Proud was trending on Instagram and Facebook within 24 hours. We could have been angry, we could have argued, but instead we chose to be proud of our organization. When faced with confrontation, react with pride in what you do. Every once in a while, events happen that challenge our outlook on life. Something great can seemingly fall into our lap, or an unimaginable tragedy can strike. On October 1st, 2015, Roseburg, Oregon made national news when the Umpqua Community College campus was terrorized by a shooter. 9 lives were taken that day, 9 families forever changed, and a community of over 100,000 saw the heartbreak take place much too close to home. In a time of such tragedy, people can react in hundreds of ways. The people of Douglas County chose to come together, and in that found strength and the ability to love one another. Coffee stands gave free coffee, Pray for UCC covered reader boards across the county, and people young and old came together with strength rather than anger. When a tragedy strikes your community, it can be easy to feel helpless. Justin Troxell of Roseburg watched the news of the shooting unfold and decided to help in a way that he could. He didn't have a lot of money, but he had a talent for metalworking. He designed the Roseburg, Oregon signs with a goal of selling 50. By the end of the weekend, he had sold 100, and within 1 week, 15 people were volunteering their time from sunup till sundown creating the signs. As demand increased, the Sutherland and Elkton FFA chapters joined him in creating the signs. Businesses began donating food, supplies, and money. Justin started a chain reaction by helping in a way that he could. Overall, the community raised almost $200,000 for the UCC Relief Fund. Roseburg, Oregon could have reacted in so many ways, but they chose to come together and love their community. When faced with heartache and hardship, choose love. This past fall, I saw firsthand how one person's reactions can spread. When in late October, the best old man I know, my grandpa, went in for what he said was a tickle in his lungs or a touch of pneumonia, but turned out to be stage 4 lung cancer. At 88 years old, there's not much to do at that point. But rather than sit around and wait out the month or 2 he was given, he decided to surround himself with family and react with love and gratefulness. He was incredibly grateful to have had 88 years and 6 wonderful children. He was grateful that the sun rose and his Keurig coffee was the perfect temperature every single day. And he was especially grateful to be joining my grandma after 5 years without her. And on November 23rd, when he passed away, we saw just how much his gratefulness had spread. While we were sad, we were incredibly grateful to have had an amazing dad, grandpa, and great-grandpa for so many years. One who loved without bounds, taught many life lessons. Those who knew him came together to celebrate a man who always reacted the way he should, with patience, with love, with pride, with strength, and with gratefulness. We can react with sorrow. We can react with anger. We can react with why me? But when faced with loss, react with gratefulness for what we still have. I know that it can be so difficult to choose how we're going to react to things. There are days when, I'll admit, I don't handle things as well as I should. It's my throwback to 8-year-old me where I want to run around yelling or sulk and how horrible everything seems that day. And then I remember what a wonderful day I'm wasting. Why on earth would I complain about something so small when today is the only today I will ever have? It's a challenge that we face on a daily basis. Whether your brother teases you, or you're running late for school, or you've just heard horrible news, it's time we together challenge ourselves to react differently. Every morning we wake up, we have a choice in our reactions. My advisor has always told me, Alyssa, this only happens once, and we need to start acting like it. We have to remember that each day is a gift and to start reacting to its challenges in a way that makes all of us better. React with pride. Hold yourself to a higher standard. React with love, no matter how dire the circumstances. And react with joy. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Your reactions will spread like wildfire, and before you know it, every choice, every reaction will be positive and powerful. Every choice you make determines your day. Choices are powerful and reactions are permanent. The world could be an immensely better place if we all chose to react with pride, react with love, and react with joy. Oregon FFA, in the end, the choice